Good evening. Good evening, YouTube. Thank you to everyone waiting. Everyone in the chat, thank you very much. Hope you all had a wonderful day at work, at college, at uni, whatever it is you've done today. So yeah, happy days. And let's talk about Kieran Tierney and Celtic again. I think this is getting ever closer. I must admit, that's just my opinion. I think that they're in for an Iranian international left back. You might remember this guy as well. His name is Milad Mohammadi. Now, any Iranians that follow this channel will know exactly who that guy is, but everybody else might as well. If you watched the World Cup last year, this was the guy that tried doing the roly-poly throw-in. He did a little front roll and then did the throw-in, or tried to do the throw-in. The referee hurried him up and he ended up taking a normal throw-in in the end. But Celtic were in for this guy last season, not the season just gone, the one before that, last summer. But they had obviously Kieran Tierney. They had, what's the other guy's name? Is a Guiro or Guire, whatever his name is. He's out of contract and he's leaving. So they do need a left back, but I can't imagine that this guy's coming in to play second fiddle to Kieran Tierney when he's an international for Iran. So he is a free signing as well. So they could sell Tierney, get 20 odd million quid for him. He'd cost absolutely nothing to be replaced because obviously this guy is a contract in the Russian league, a team whose name I can't pronounce. So yeah, they are apparently going to be putting a bid in this week. They're going to be going after him, and he could be the replacement for Kieran Tierney. Now, obviously, this Tierney story has been going on for 10 days now. And I know a lot of Arsenal fans are getting the ag, getting the ump, and getting peed off with the fact that we've done no transfer business so far. But at the same time, I said this yesterday, how many clubs have actually signed a player so far? Not many. I know Man United have, but none of the other teams have signed a player yet. So I think we just got to stay chill for now. Stay chill. And if in the next 2 weeks, like I've said, that we don't sign anybody, then there's going to be meltdowns, and rightly so as well, because I know there's the African Cup of Nations on, the under-21s tournament, Copa America, and that does slow things down if you want to buy players that are playing in that. Obviously, they're concentrating on playing for their country, so obviously, that does slow down the transfer process. I know you can liaise with their agents and stuff like that, but when they're doing their training with their countries, it's hard to try and prize them away from that to negotiate a deal. So, but yeah, another story as well. I'll come back to Tierney in a minute. Another story as well is Osei Tutu has gone on loan. He's gone out of the club. He was one of the players that was linked with Celtic. So he's gone to another club whose name I can't pronounce, Bochum or whatever they're called. But yeah, he's gone on loan there. Arsenal have tweeted that out. That is official. He has gone. So that is a player that was linked to Celtic and could have been used in the deal to get Tierney. Now, another player that's linked to Celtic is Cole Jenkinson. Now, could he be the key to us signing Kieran Tierney? Obviously, like I said, they're in for Milad Mohammadi. He is an official left back. That is his role. Jenkinson, as we know, is a right back. But they do need a right back as well. So that could be a little make weight there in terms of doing the deal, getting the deal over the line, maybe offering them Cole Jenkinson plus cash to get Tierney to Arsenal. But I've said all along, I do think we're going to get Kieran Tierney. I think it's just a waiting game now. It's a matter of time. And I do think he will be unveiled as an Arsenal player pretty soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it was already done. And then all this rumours and paper talk and stuff like that. Deals do get done without journalists finding out about it. I know it's few and far between, but that can happen. But I do think that Tierney will be an Arsenal player by the end of this transfer window. A lot of you in the chat are asking me about Saliba. Apparently, we've put a bid in for him. I haven't seen that, so I must admit I haven't searched on a Google search for about 3 hours. So yeah, I may have missed something, but if we are in for Saliba, then I'm hoping that if we do get him, that he starts. I don't want to sign him and then loan him out. I think that sort of defeats the object. The guy is 18 years old. Yes, he plays for St. Etienne. They're not the greatest team in the world, but you know, why sign him for 20 odd million quid and then go and loan him out? It makes no sense whatsoever. So I would expect us, if we are going to sign him, firstly, we would have beaten Man United to his signature, which is always nice to pip them to a player. But secondly, I'd expect him to start games for that sort of fee. Doesn't matter about your age. If you're good enough, you're old enough. It's as simple as that. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see what happens. And hopefully, by the end of this week or beginning of next week, within the next 7 days, hopefully we have signed a footballer to join the club. And hopefully we'll see a couple of players going out of the club as well. Ventus says Guendouzi is a prime example of that. Exactly. Exactly. He is a prime example of that. He's 18 years old. He came straight in and started the first game of the season. I was there against Man City. And we were like, wow, who's this kid? He just wants the ball all the time. He started against Chelsea away. He played all the big games. He played every single big game. He played a part in every single big game. He might not have started them all, but he took part in every big game. So Unai Emery obviously fancies putting some youth team players in the side, and if Saliba's one of them, then fantastic. Then hopefully he starts and he has an impact for us, because if we're going to bid 30 million euros for him, which is what, about 27 million quid, 26 million quid if you work out the exchange rate, it's about 26 million pounds. If we're going to pay 26 million pounds for him, I fully expect this geezer to start, especially when our reported budget is only 40 million pounds. So why would you go and spend 26 million and then not play the guy? That makes no sense to me. So I don't know. Stuart Nicholson, thanks for your donation, my friend. Big vibes, Lee, Perth-based Londoner, loving the show. Perth's beautiful, man. My auntie lived out there for 25 years, bruv. Although I never went. I've never been to Australia. The flight's the killer, man. It's a 24-hour flight. But thank you for that, mate. I appreciate it. We should offer Celtic, Jenkinson, Chambers and El Neni and 10 million for Tierney. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Get rid of 3 of them off the books. Free up 3 lots of wages, and yeah, get Tierney, man. Get him in. But yeah, just coming back to him. Like, listen, I'm a big fan of his, right? And I think that he would massively improve us as a club. Defence is where we've got to be strengthening this summer. I've said that all summer. I've said that from last season as well. Our defence is absolutely shocking. And you can't go through a season and concede 51 goals and expect to get in that top 4. It's as simple as that. Yes, there will be an example. Probably Liverpool have done it when they conceded 50 odd goals and nearly won the title. But that was years ago. Football's changed, and you can't be going out and conceding 50 plus goals. 16 hours to Australia. Well, that's not too bad, I suppose. The longest flight I've ever done was to Mexico. That was 11 hours. So, but that was all right, actually. It was free alcohol all the way. And obviously I'm a raging alcoholic, as everyone knows. So yeah, it was all good. But they did run out of drink after about 4 hours on that flight. Let's read some more of these comments. But yeah, just to finish up on Tierney, like, listen, that guy is a baller, absolute baller. Defensively, he is superb. Offensively, he's superb. He's young, he's quick, he can cross the ball, he fits perfectly, and the price bracket is not going to break the bank. So I think that's a nailed on that we're going to get him. And if we don't get him, then I'll be shocked. I'll be absolutely shocked and amazed if we don't get him. But yeah, other than that, if we can get Saliba as well and he starts games, we've then plugged 2 gaps. And we've plugged 2 gaps for about £48 million, which in today's market is decent. Now you just got to hope that they come to the club and they fit in and they hit the ground running and can take to Premier League football quickly, because we can't have no more passengers next season. It's not about that anymore. We've gone sort of floating through the last 5-6 seasons. You know, we can't be doing that anymore. So, you know, the fact that Celtic are in for a left back, and the fact that Tierney's up for sale, well, not up for sale, we're bidding for him. They don't really want to sell him, let's be real, would suggest that he is going to be leaving the club. So yeah, it's all looking good right now. It's just a shame nothing's been announced, nothing's actually official. But I do expect in the next 7 days for us to announce a player. And if we don't, I'm going to have the ump. I must admit, I'm going to have the ump. You know, the kit comes out next week. I've said that we ain't going to sign a player until the kit comes out. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people differ to that and say it's a load of crap. and we shouldn't be not signing players because of a kit. Like I said, I think we've signed players, maybe one or two, but we haven't announced them yet, and that's maybe because of the kit. That's just my opinion. You know, you don't have to agree with that. It's cool. We ain't going to fall out over it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there we go. Right, let's read some more of your comments and questions. That's my little 10-minute rant. It's baffled me how no one else wants Kieran Tierney, says Cass. Do you know what? You've got a good point as well, mate, right? But if you look at the teams around us, you know, Tottenham have got Danny Rose. He's not bad, is he? Let's be real. He's not great, but he ain't bad, is he? Man United have got Luke Shaw. I don't really rate him, but they do. So there's two teams knocked out the equation. Man City ain't going to sign him. Liverpool don't need him. So that only leaves Chelsea in their transfer ban. So there we go. Veli Mafu says Napoli wants Tierney. Napoli and Lyon want Tierney, says Donald. Well, let's be real. Out of the three clubs that are interested in him, we're the biggest club of the three. So, and the best league. So let's be real. He's only going to come to us out of them three. Darren Shire says, I think we have signed 3 players already. I do. I think Martinelli's done. I'd be shocked if Kieran Tierney's not close to being done. So I think 2 definitely. Martinelli's definitely done, in my opinion. That's signed, sealed, delivered. He just needs a passport, and he was getting that from the Italian embassy. So yeah, he gets his Italian passport. He can then get a work permit. He can then come to the club. So the deal's agreed, the fees agreed, personal terms are agreed with Martinelli. But is he going to walk straight into our first team? I'm not so sure. I don't know. I don't know enough about the geezer to know whether he's that good. I know he's a good player from the highlight reels that I've seen, but the highlight reels I see of Sonogo made him look a good player as well. Do you know what I mean? And he was absolute fucking trollop. Afternoon, VP. Thank you for that. I'll take anybody to the airport. Anybody who needs to leave, man, I'll take them to the airport. Don't read my name. Thank you for that, mate. Appreciate your donation. Apparently Spurs want Saliba. Do you know what? Spurs, Man United and Arsenal all want him. And his agent was in Manchester the other week. Then reports came out saying that Man City wanted him. So I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, when you're a young footballer like that, you've got to weigh up a few options, right? You've got to weigh up who's the biggest club. You've got to weigh up who's going to pay you the most money, because it's all about security for your family. It's a massive move. Let's be real, right? No matter what we think of Tottenham or Man City or Man United, whatever we think of them, they are big football clubs. Let's be real, right? Now, 2 of them out of the 4 of us that are linked with that guy can offer him Champions League football. That'll come into the equation. It'll also come into the equation. Do you want to live in London or do you want to live in Manchester? And let's be real, I know where I'd want to live. But Manchester is a good night out. I just wouldn't want to live there. Although saying that, I wouldn't really want to live in London. It's a bit hectic. But out of the 2, I'd pick London over Manchester all day long. Add in the fact that we've got a lot of players from the same nation as him in the club. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. There's all these things come into when you're negotiating and when you're linked with clubs. You know, so all of these things will obviously make his ultimate decision at the end of it. And you know, maybe he'll pick Arsenal, maybe he won't. But from all you guys in this comments and chat saying that we've bid for him, well, that's progress. Because if we're bidding for players, that's what I want to see us doing. I want to see us bid for players. We've bid for Kieran Tierney. We've bid twice for him. It's been rejected twice. We bid for Martinelli. That's been accepted. That's been done. And yeah, there we go. You know, it's just a case of getting a passport for the lad now. But the fact that we're actually actively bidding for players gives me a bit more confidence than I had maybe a week ago when we hadn't bid for anyone, because it was starting to look a little bit boring and oh, here we go again, same old Arsenal. But I don't know. I'm just gonna hold back for a bit and see what happens and see where we're at in another week and assess it again. Because in a week's time we're unveiling the kit. We could have a player on board and it could be Kieran Tierney. Who knows? When did you go live? I didn't get the notification, says Sergio. Do you know what? The amount of times that happens on this platform, mate, is unbelievable. The amount of people that message me and say, I only got the notification after you finished the stream. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Take a chance on Lewis Dunk from Brighton, and Fraser deal has gone quiet. That's a shame, says Paul Alvis. I would take a chance on Lewis Dunk. I think he's a good player, man. A very good player. He's a proper centre-back. None of this tippy-tappy want to fuck about with it bullshit. He just wants to clear the ball. And that's what we need. We need a throwback to a proper centre-back who can fucking defend. So yeah. And it's mad because I mentioned Lewis Dunk about 3 months ago, and I got absolutely crucified on Twitter about him, saying, oh, you ain't got a clue, I'll sign him if you want to get relegated and this and that. And it's amazing how so many people have done a U-turn on it. So maybe I do know what I'm talking about. Fucking hell. Who knows? Who knows? We need a ball-playing centre-back and a ball-winning centre-back, says the 10 rules of the game. I agree, mate. I think we've got a ball-playing centre-back in Rob Holding. I think we need another one, because then you can have a ball-winning centre-back with Socrates. You've got one there. You then need another, so they can complement each other. You know, one of each. And if you want to play a back three, then you could go with two, one ball-playing and 2 proper winners. So yeah, it's always good to have 2, man. It's always good to have 2. Joseph says, what do you think of Mustafi staying? Don't wind me up, brother. Don't wind me up. What do you think about AFTV reaching 1 million subscribers? Do you know what? Big up Robbie. Don Robbie. Big him up, man. I know the graft he's put into that channel over the years, man. It's mad. And yeah, fair play to him, mate. Fair play to him. It ain't easy to run a channel. Anyone who does, fair play to him. So, and for him to get that many subscribers is absolutely crazy. So good luck to him. Buy Zaha and promote Nelson at the same time. I don't want Zaha, man. But I can see why a lot of people do want Zaha. But for me, I don't want him. Thoughts on the possible protest? Anyone who don't know, Turkish London is on AFTV as well, is setting up a little protest for the kit launch. So anyone who wants to go down to the Armoury at the ground and protest against the owner, 8 o'clock on the launch day, which is the 1st of July, which is next Monday. Yeah, next Monday, I think. So yeah, Turkish London on Twitter if you want to go and check him out. What do you think the starting 11 will be for next season? That's a good question, and I don't really know, if I'm being honest. I'd like to think that a few of these players that are here now are gone. So maybe ask me that in a week or so, bruv, because I'm hoping within the next 7 days we've got deals done and we've got players going out the club as well. But I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Play the likes of Nelson, Smith Rowe and Eddie. Give them a run of games, says Matthew Waller. 2 of the 3, I agree. Eddie and Ketia, I'd loan him out. I think the other 2 are ready though, man. I think they've got enough quality to be ready. Eddie and Ketia, every time he's played, he ain't really shown enough for me. Against Blackpool, he missed 2 absolute sitters in the first 5 minutes of the game. So not for me. I know he's come on in the last couple of games that we had and he done really well, like with his movement and stuff like that. But I just haven't seen enough of him. So I'd loan him out, mate, if I'm being honest. What's up, Lee? Thank you for that, Demetrius. Thank you, my friend. I'm good, bruv. You? Is the fan on? No, the fan's not on. It's not actually that hot today in my apartment. I would like to see Saka starting games. I think that's another one I'd probably loan out. I'd probably loan him out. I don't think he's quite ready yet, although he has got a lot of quality and he is rapid. So it might be worth it. You never know. You never know. I would like to see at least 3 signings on the kit launch day. Arjan, tee yourself up for disappointment, my friend, because I don't think that's going to happen. Stuart, thanks again for your donation, my friend. What are your thoughts on Christian Bielik, mate? Could sort a problem out with no cost, one from our youth. Do you know what? It's interesting, right? Because I've seen a lot of people speaking about Christian Bielik, right? Now, for me, I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. I know a lot of people do rate him because he scored a goal the other day and he done really well and helped Charlton get promoted. But I don't think he's good enough. And listen, he's 21 years old and he went on loan to a League One team. And a lot of people that are rating him and saying he deserves a start are saying that a 19-year-old Reece Nelson, who went on loan to a proper league, to a proper league, fighting, fighting for everything in that league, proper men's football. I know it's men's football down in League One, but it's a completely different level of football. I call that proper football because it's top tier football. That might be a bit snobby of me, but at the end of the day, he was fighting in a proper league. Bielik was fighting in League One, and he helped get promoted. Cool, that's fine, and he was fantastic. But for me, nah, not a starter at Arsenal. 21 years old, 2 managers ain't really fancied him. He's gone on loan, looked half decent where he went. Reece Nelson, on the other hand, went on loan to a proper league and done fantastic. So if I had to pick one of the two to start, it'd be Nelson all day long. But you never know. Bielik might come in, he might play well. And if he does, I'll hold my hands up and say I was wrong. But for me, there's a reason that 21-year-old lad has been loaned out to Charlton and 2 managers ain't fancied him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone by the end of this transfer window. We need to change the Mesut Ozil chant from he's better than Zidane to he's better than Shamak. That's brilliant. Nice one for that, Sergio. Oh, mate. Whoever made that chant up, seriously, man, that is just some off-key stuff. Better than Zidane. Jesus Christ. These people obviously didn't see Zidane. Nuno, I hope you're enjoying your holiday, my friend. Thank you for that. And yeah, Iceland is stunning, mate. Beautiful country. So hope you're enjoying it, mate. I've never been, but my parents have been, yeah, and it's absolutely stunning. Same as Norway, all them sort of countries, man. Unbelievable. Holding was loaned to Bury when he was at Bolton. Yes, he's the exception to the rule, I must admit. Thank you for that, Ventus. But yeah, listen, if Bielik comes in and he plays well, then I ain't going to be disappointed. I'll be happy. I'll be over the moon because, it's somebody in that midfield or even at centre-back. Let's be real. He can play both. So, he's versatile. But for me, listen, he's only ever played 2 games for Arsenal, right? And he's been loaned out a few times, right? And I don't know. I just don't see what everyone else is seeing right now. Yes, he's played well for Charlton and he's played well for his country and scored a goal the other day. And it's, he's great. He's great. He's flavour of the month right now. I get that. But at the same time, he's not done anything for Arsenal. And I don't think that he's good enough to do anything for Arsenal. It's a completely different ball game playing up against League One opponents than it is playing up against Premier League midfielders. So it's just my opinion, man. But yeah, if he comes in and plays really well, then yeah, cool, man. I'll be buzzing. Saliba and Izzo, would they be good signings? Says SSJ Jib. Izzo's a good footballer, man. He's a good player, a very good player. Very physical, very quick, very strong. Can shield the ball. Loves getting stuck in. He plays on the front foot. Saliba, I don't know so much about. I probably should do, considering that our fan base are now experts on him. I probably should know a hell of a lot more. But for me, if I had to pick one of the two, I'd go for Izzo over Saliba because it's about the same sort of money. And I think he's more experienced, obviously. And yeah, I think he'd come in and do fantastic. Listen, he helped Torino get 7th in the league. That's no mean feat. So I'd take him over Saliba. That's just my thoughts on it, man. Van Dan Landsman. I would, but my phone's over there, mate. I have no idea how to do it on my Mac. But yeah. My phone's on charge. I'd take Izzo over Mustafi. Herb, I'd take you over Mustafi, bruv. What are your thoughts on Ward Prowse? Says Troy Jarvis. Good player. Good player, mate. He's always done pretty well for Southampton, let's be honest. He's got a wicked free kick on him as well. I'd give him that. So would he improve Arsenal going forward? Not sure. Not sure. I think we've got enough in terms of what we're linked to, what we have in the squad already, and what we've got in the youth setup. I don't think we'd need Ward-Prowse, but he is a very good player. What do you think of Terry from the Football Terrace? Terry's sound, man. Met Terry, lovely fella. Yeah, man, really nice guy. Go and subscribe to his channel if you ain't, the Football Terrace. He's over 100k now as well. So yeah, good luck to him as well, man. He's doing really well. I don't play Football Manager, Reese. Never have. Never have. I get asked this question every day. How much do you think Mesut Ozil is worth? Says Thomas Holland. How much is he worth, or how much do you think he'll go for? Actually, it's probably about the same sort of fee. Probably about 5 million, mate. His wages kill him. His wages kill him. Have you checked out on Bill Hassani from PSG? Yes, that is one of the players I'll be speaking about in my daily transfer update tomorrow morning. I've already done a little bit of research on that guy. 3 or 4 teams are linked to him. So one of them has pulled out of the running. So that's good news. Crystal Palace is one of the other teams linked to him. But yeah, very good young player, man. Very good young player. We can't even give our players away. Great work, Lee. Keep it up. Sell Mickey, buy Brooks. I like Brooks. I do. I said when we were first linked to Fraser, I'd rather have Brooks. But as the window's gone on, I think I'd rather have Fraser right now. I'll take both. Listen, I'll take both of them. They've got some good players down at Bournemouth, mate. So Mickey's definitely got to go, though. I couldn't agree more with you there, mate. If El Neni played in the Women's World Cup, he wouldn't stand out at all. Well, not now he's shaved his hair off anyway, mate. Ozil would sell shirts. Do you know what? Anyone who says Mesut Ozil sells a lot of football shirts, right? I Googled this the other week. This is mad. Harry Kane sells more shirts than Mesut Ozil. Work that one out. Lacazette was 10th on the list. This is from last season, not the one just gone, the one before. I couldn't find anything for this season. But Lacazette was 10th. Ozil was 8th in the Premier League. Alexis Sanchez was above him. Harry Kane was above him. Pogba, Hazard, De Bruyne. Can't remember who else there was above him. There was somebody else above him. But yeah, Harry Kane sells more shirts than Mesut Ozil. How the fuck is that even possible? Bench the deadwood and promote within. I agree. Stuart. Get rid of these deadwood players. Play them in the reserves, mate. Get rid. Thank you to nearly 500 people watching live. It was over 500 a minute ago. Not even 100 likes. It is now over 500. So please put a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. Not far away from 20,000 subs as well. Woo! So yeah, it's all going good. It's all going good right now. And 20k, when that hits, there will be a podcast starting. So still haven't got any names for it yet. So if you want to, I haven't seen a name that's jumped out and grabbed me. Thank you to everyone who has put names in. I'm not trying to mug off the names you've given me. I just ain't thought, you know what, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, if you want to give us some names, then that'd be cool. Our players should take a pay cut every year they miss out on top 4. Maybe they'll get it together, says Sergio. Thanks for your donation as well, mate. Do you know what? There should be something in these players' contracts, mate, that says that. Because that would give them a kick up the backside and it would make them actually graft. You know, listen, at the end of the day, 8 games to go and we fucked it. And we were in pole position. You know, all we had to do is win a couple of home games and we would have been sweet. Not even that in the end. All we had to do is win 1 game out of 7 games or whatever it was. Ridiculous. And we would have pipped Tottenham. So yeah, A lot of them players down tools, and that should not be forgotten by our manager. Aaron says, I'd imagine Aubameyang sells more shirts than Ozil. Do you know what? I can't remember, but there was quite a few players, and I was shocked when I see Kane on the list. I was like, wow, Kane's higher than Ozil. And that just goes to show, you know, all this, you know, he brings in money and all that. Well, so do other players, you know. So yeah, it's not just about one player. It's about the whole team. It is what it is. Podcast. You're a joker. It is what it is. We have no chance of Wan-Bissaka. I think he's off to United. I think they're going to get that done. And he's a fantastic player. So they've been playing Ashley Young at right back. I think they need a right back, don't they? George Roger says, Arsenal fan from Georgia. It's rough out here when everyone makes fun of you. Mate, they probably all support Chelsea or something. So just like, I don't know, just go into hiding for a couple of months. The Ginger Greek says, Ozil shirt sign sales are UK, not worldwide, the figures you've given. They might have been, I don't know, but even so, how's Harry Kane selling more shirts than Mesut Ozil in the UK? How's that possible? Apparently he's 5th in the world on shirt sales. Who are the 4 above him? I'd obviously say Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. There'd be 3 of them. Who's the other one? Probably Mbappe. Why is no one going for Sessegnon? Says Fendo Baldwin. Probably because he's massively overrated and overpriced, mate. He is a good player, but he ain't £50 million good. Right, Mohamed Salah is 4th on the list. Wow, that's mad. That is crazy. Ryan Sessegnon is a baller. Do you know what? He's a good player, right? And when he played in the Championship, he absolutely stood out. And he was absolutely fantastic. But then he came to the Premier League and did absolutely nothing. And they should have sold him when he was a Championship player for 50 million quid. Instead, he's probably worth, what, 25, 30 now? Yeah, because he's had another year off of his contract. And, you know, he's done nothing. Championship is harder than Premier League. I'm not too sure about that. It's more competitive all the way down. I agree with you there, but I wouldn't say it's harder, mate. I wouldn't say it's harder. Premier League, you're up against better players. So surely as a left back or left winger, left forward, whichever position that guy plays, surely it'll be harder to go up against the likes of Alexander-Arnold or Kyle Walker than it is to go up against Luton Town's right back. Do you know what I'm saying? So I do agree, though. The Championship is a tough league, but it ain't as tough as the Premier League, mate. Giroud is better than Cavani, man. I don't know why you're even trolling me. He is. If I had to pick one of the two, I'd pick Giroud. Right, let's do 5 more minutes and I'm going to wrap this up. I will be back at 9 o'clock tonight as well, doing another stream. 510 people watching live. Please put a like on the video. It opens it up to other people that are non-subscribers, and then they come and watch and they might subscribe. You never know. Should we be signing players who can press high, says Stephen Coulty. Thank you for your donation as well, my friend. Appreciate that. I think we should just buy players that can actually play. And if Emery wants players that want to press or wants to press, then 100%. We can't be shoehorning players in that can't do the job. So we should be going out there. Listen, at the end of the day, the start of the season, last season, we were pressing high. Everything was on fire. We were riding our luck, but it was all clicking into place and everyone was pressing and everyone was doing their job and tracking back. And then something changed in the middle of that season where a lot of them players decided, fuck that, I ain't doing it anymore. So yeah, if the players are surplus to requirements because they can't do it, replace them with ones that can. And if that's how he wants to play, you've got to go and buy players that can fit that mould. Harry Moore, thank you for that, my friend. Appreciate your donation very much. Thank you. Are you going to the kit launch on Monday? No, I'm not. I'm not, mate. Daniel DeCosta, yes, it's on the 1st of July, mate. The kit's being released. So yeah, man, 1st of July, which is Monday coming. Eric Bailey or Manolas? Manolas for me, mate. Manolas. Sahar is overrated. I agree with that. He is well overrated. You're bringing your banners on Monday. Good luck to you, mate. I think there's going to be quite a few people there as well. So yeah, man. Why do we keep looking at Man United rejects? Do you know what? I think that's a little bit harsh on Eric Bailly, man. I don't think he's quite a reject yet. Let's be real. He's only 25. But I get what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. But then at the same time, is it just talk? You know, you never know with these things. It could just be talk. It could be talk to hurry up Saliba. You know, that could have been put out there. So then Saliba goes, oh, shit. Oh, they're going to go after Eric Bailly instead. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, I'll sign for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? These little things happen where stories get put out there just to G up another player. So I don't know, man. David Cunningham says, this club feels like my marriage, always letting me down. Maybe get a divorce, mate. I hope we don't get Zahada's better for the money. I agree. Mohammed Muse, I agree with that. Howdy Lee, I don't think Zaha is overrated. Better than Fraser. You were doing great, by the way, watching you from Estonia. Thank you very much, Louis Kingsley. And Estonia is, again, another beautiful part of the world. I'd rather Fraser, but I get why a lot of people rate Zaha. I do get that. But for the money that you're going to spend on the guy, is he 55 million quid's worth of player? I just don't see it. I don't. And for that money, you could go and buy Ryan Fraser and go and buy, I don't know, Carrasco, one on the right, one on the left, and you fill two gaps instead of one. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to sign Zaha. I don't think Emery even wants him. Maybe again, that's another story that's been put out there, but I don't know. Chris P, thank you for your donation, my friend. If Wenger managed to get Mbappe before the PSG move, where do you think we'd be now? I reckon top 4, but still wouldn't be challenging for a title. I couldn't agree more with that. And Mbappe would be playing for Real Madrid right now. He would have left, mate. But yeah, we probably would have got top 4 with Mbappe, because that guy is unbelievable, isn't he? He's just fantastic to watch. But you can't do it all on your own. And our Achilles heel is our defence. And it always has been. Yeah, you know, so until we fix that defence, we ain't doing anything next season. And the fact that we're linked to defenders is promising. You know, now let's just get them done, get them into the team, get them signed. So until we do that, then I'm still going to be as to what we can do next season. Put out by the scum paper. Yeah, it probably was. It probably was, mate. Saliba bid is 25 million euros plus 5 million add-ons. That's not bad, I suppose. But then, is he going to start games for Arsenal at that price? You'd think so, wouldn't you? If we loan him out, that's just crazy. Just need to throw Mustafi in the bin. Imagine we sign no defenders, bruv. I think there'll be carnage down at the Emirates on the opening game of the Emirates against Burnley, the first home game. I think it'll be carnage, mate. These transfer reports are giving me nothing to be optimistic about apart from Tierney, in my opinion. Do you know what? I think the fact that we're linked to defenders and wingers, I think that's promising for me. Do you know what I mean? Now just get them done. And if we don't get them done, then yeah, we can all have a cry about it and have a meltdown over it, because, and it'd be rightly so as well. If we don't go and plug the gaps that we need plugging, then we should have a meltdown over it. We need a centre back. We need to go and buy at least one centre back. We need a left back. We need to go and get a left back. We need a midfielder, and we need a winger. If we don't go and do all four of them, then I'm not going to be 100% happy with that. You know, if we get three of them, but one of them that wasn't signed was a centre back or a defender, then I'm going to have the ump, because we need defenders more importantly than anything else at this club right now. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. On that note, I am going to wrap it up. Thanks to over 530 of you watching live. Before you all fuck off and leave and go and have some dinner or whatever it is you're doing, please put a like on the video. Drive it up towards the 200 likes, 140 on there at the minute. And I will be back at 9 o'clock tonight with another stream. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.